Gregg Popovich said, this is not basketball. This is not beautiful. It's kind of boring to watch dudes just go down there and shoot up threes. You know what I mean? Because, like, what's more, like, I don't know. Like, having a bunch of guys going down on your team that shoot threes, like, doing the exact same thing except different heights, that's not as, I mean, Gregg Popovich kind of right. Like, when you had, like, the Bulls, you had, like, Michael Jordan, elite scorer and defender. Scottie Pippen, elite defender upon, like, 4 different positions. Dennis Rodman, rebounder, hustle man. Then you had like a post player, like you had a post player, whatever the big man's name was, I can't remember right now. And then you had like Ron Harper, who's over here, tall point guard. Like dudes who did different things that but they're elite at what they did. And then you got the other guys who were just like, yeah, he's a really good 3-point shooter. That's like 7 people on that team. Yeah. It's just like, come on now.
With that being said, if you compare, let's say, Spurs basketball to Golden State
in 2018,
if you prime Spurs basketball versus Golden State, I'm watching it and being like, that's beautiful or that's entertaining. It's Golden State by far.
No, it's not. That one year when they had that one year where Danny Green was hit, like they killed Miami. That one year,
that was the most beautiful basketball I've ever seen. I'm sorry.
Yes, Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green, Tim Duncan.
Entertaining though?
Yes. Wait, entertaining or no. Like I think it was. I mean, but like the Miami Heat just couldn't match up with them whatsoever. Like that right there, I can easily say was the most beautiful basketball that I have seen to date ever in my life. And they all did something different. Danny Green was a 3-point shooter. Kawhi Leonard was the young Kawhi Leonard, did everything, everything. You know what I mean?
Everything but shoot.
I mean, he had a little at the time he had a mid range. You know what I mean? But like that was he was like a DeMar DeRozan at that time. But then Tim Duncan doing Tim Duncan things, Mr. Fundamental. Then you had Tony Parker and then Manu Ginobili and then Boris Diaw coming in and doing his thing. Like the ball movement was wild. Everybody did something different, but everybody who did something different did what they did at an elite level. I personally think that was better than this Golden State basketball, where Steph Curry just comes down and shoot, then shrugs.
No, I'm talking about when the ball is really moving for them. I think that's a little bit more entertaining for most people. Wait,
are you talking about most people or basketball purists? Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about basketball purists because if you're talking about a basketball purist, you're right.
But I don't.
The way Spurs were playing 100% of the time, but that's a small percentage of the world.
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't care about the opinions of.
That's maybe 5% of people in the world. 95% of people are like, I'm okay with the 3 because this is going to be magical the way they passing this ball around and shooting from the park.
So are we going to lower our standards to the non-basketball purist? I'm not going to lower my standards to that nonsense.
Nah, but like the thing is,
they've already done it.
Basketball purists aren't where you're gonna get a lot of your money from. They're not if every basketball purist is like, okay, I'm gonna go and buy a jersey, that would still dwarf if like a third of non-basketball purists did. And what they care about is threes and dunks. They care about offense. They don't care about defense. They don't care about your passing. They care about threes. They care about dunking. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Wait, but originally...
If you want to be real, a basketball purist is trying to make money off basketball. They're not trying to
I'm not talking about
money to basketball.
I'm not talking about a basketball purist that has investment into the product. I'm talking about the basketball purist that just watches the product. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have any stock in the Spurs. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like a basketball purist that just watches the game. But I don't think we were initially. What was the question though? What's more beautiful basketball, or what's more entertaining? What's more beautiful basketball? And I think the more beautiful basketball is the Spurs, because you have to go by the basketball purist, because you're not going to go ask some random Becky on the side, what do you think is more beautiful basketball? She won't know, even though she might watch a little bit of the games, you know what I mean? But I think a basketball purist, what is the most beautiful basketball you've seen? A majority would say it is that Spurs 2011?
2012. I think it's 2011, 2012.
Yeah, 2011, 2012,
Right.
that Spurs team. For the reasons that we pinpointed earlier.